Hey, good day to you. This is Sam.
And Jasmine. I'm here too.
Yeah, she's here. We're both here.
We exist.
We exist. Again, you've been listening to us, hopefully some, already talking about different topics and things that are concerning to parents these days. And again, trying to encourage you to improve in your relationship, in your communication, in your bond with your children. So part of our project is to do these podcasts to give you some ideas, suggestions, and tips. But also another part of the podcast is to share with you interviews with other people that would have something to say on the topic of parenting. So we have several interviews lined up over the next, I'd say maybe next year or
Definitely.
so. Interviews we've already recorded. And one of those interviews is coming up now. That's with lead actress in the movie God's Not Dead 2, which came out in DVD on August 16th. She's also, again, has starred in many TV shows in the past and movies. And that is Melissa Joan Hart.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's a good interview. So I guess anything you want to add before we go into the interview?
Well, I mean, she was really cool. She was a really cool person to talk to. It was neat.
Yeah, I mean, Jasmine being 16, almost 17, for her, it's cool. For me, it's informative.
Right.
That's
it was
the adult phrase.
That's what I meant. It was interesting. Teenagers use the word cool versus interesting sometimes, I guess.
I use informative and helpful.
Yeah, she was definitely those two things as well.
All right, so let's just get right to the interview. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, thanks. All right, enjoy.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, Melissa, how are you today?
I'm good.
I got Jasmine. She's my daughter. She's on with us, too.
Hi, Melissa.
Okay, Tuck's in the car with me, so you can hear you.
Awesome. How's it going today? Doing pretty good?
Yeah, just left Bible study. It was our last one of the year, and just picked up Tucker at school. And so, it's not Grandpa Billy. It's Mr. Doyle. So we're just on our way home to have a little lunch before we go to soccer. The mommy stuff,
That's the mommy stuff. Yeah, well, and I won't keep you. I know you're busy going from one place. And I have a few questions. Again, one is, in the middle of all the things that you do, the mommy thing, in your business and everything else, how do you kind of maintain your bond with your boys? That's a lot.
The first thing I do is I try not to. Like we've had a lot of nannies over the years. Once I had my second son, I realized I needed help. When I had one child, the first year I took off work and I just was a mom. And that was a huge blessing because not only did I get to spend such great time with them, but I really got to learn, the ins and outs of everyday parenthood. I think sometimes when, in the industry, a lot of people get a lot of help, and you kind of, you start to take advantage of things that, you don't have to do.
Right.
And so I did have a nanny for many years. Now that most of Joey's over, I have babysitters that kind of pop in and out like anyone else would, to go out to dates or when I have to go to work or when I have to go to Punta with my girlfriends like I did this weekend. But I find that, the more time I spend with them, the more involved I can be in their lives, the more I'm aware of what's going on in their lives and what they need from me and my husband is such an amazing hands-on father. I'm so very, very, very blessed to have him in my life because he takes care of the children, the meals, a lot of times the laundry. He does a lot of stuff that we really are very much a team. We work together to definitely make sure that everything's taken care of. And but it's all those things. It's making sure that I do pick up, and it's making sure. That's why I'm sorry I wasn't on the call at 12 because I was doing pick up, and because I was gone last week, it was important for me to do pick up this week and then to go to a soccer game today. I'm taking them. I have a charity event today, but it's at the Central Park Zoo, so I'm taking all the kids. And because I'm terrified of my 3 kids, my mom is coming with us.
Wow.
Anytime I'm alone with the 3, I'm terrified of having them out in public because Tucker runs away, Brady lags behind, and Mason does his own thing. So.
Well, and it seems like you have to
be as involved as possible.
So it seems like again sometimes you have to make some sacrifices, some decisions on certain things you maybe want to do but you can't do because you have your obligations with your boys, and of course not obligations, but they're your kids. But you kind of have to make some tough decisions probably on what activities, interviews, or events to do and what not to do, or what you can put off and what you can't. I'm sure that's also a tough balance, right?
Yeah, it's taken me a long time. It's hard for me to say no. We have this event we have to go to today. It's going to take an hour and a half to drive down, an hour and a half to drive back. It's probably, I've been sick since I came home home from Punta Cana very sick.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, do I drag all three of them to this thing that's probably going to give me, some mouth on? They're probably not going to want to go because they want to go play with their friends. But then when they get there, we're going to have a great time. It's for a great cause. And,
Right.
it's balancing out, like, how important is this cause? How important is this for us to do as a family? And, and I also want to do something right. I was gone for 5 days, so my husband, I want to give him a break. So, my son's giving me already chewed up gum. But, I want to give him some free time. I want to get the kids away from him so he can have that time to himself, that he hasn't had. A little reward for letting me go away. So,
How do you kind of decompress, get away, have time for yourself, or just have time with your, one of your boys? How do you do that? I know it's probably a struggle, and it's a struggle for us too.
I put it in the calendar, and I just, I make sure that I'm there. Like this weekend, I'm supposed to work, but I asked them to put it off a day because my son has this big rock concert, and I think it's important for me to be there. He's been practicing for months and months and months, and and he's playing on 6 songs, 3 on guitar and 3 on the drums, and I would really want to be there for him. And, if it wasn't movable, that would totally understand. But at the same time, it's important that I show him that I make an effort, that I show up. I think it's just a matter of putting it in my calendar.
I got it. That's great.
And making these things a priority. They're only little ones, and I'm so aware of that as they get older. It's like 8 more years and Mason's gone, and. Then I lose that day-to-day experience with him. I lose that, reading books to him at night, or, all the wonderful things about being a mom. Then I'm going to be begging him to come home and call me,
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Putting it on the calendar, that's a great lesson for all of us, because if you don't put it on the calendar and not in pencil but put it in pen where you have to do it, then that you're sure that you're going to take care of that, and that's a great idea.
Yeah, so I make sure as soon as I get any word of field trips or concerts or orchestra or trying to art shows and whatnot with them, I try to make sure I'm there. I missed one on Friday night because I was going out of town. It was museum night, but I was there. I got to be a part of their art project in their classroom.
Right.
So I saw them both make their art projects. I was there when they did them. I just wasn't there when they celebrated them, but their dad got to be there for that. So,
wonderful.
Works on our real balance, too. One of us is always there.
That's awesome.
In the town we live in, a lot of the dads are gone. So for their dad to be here and be able to be present for it is very special to them, too.
That's pretty great. That's awesome. All right, well, only a few minutes left. I don't want to keep you. I know you're busy, but Jasmine has a question for you as well.
Yeah, along the calendar thing, that's a great idea. What other advice, hints, or tips do you give to encourage parents to leave a godly legacy to their kids in the midst of this anti-Christian culture we live in?
A thing that I do a lot, well, we pray, and because my son's in Christian preschool, my 3-year-old that he's here screaming around, that's trying to steal my gum right now. He is a lot of times because he is the one in Christian preschool. A lot of times he's the one that reminds us to pray over every meal.
Wow.
We make sure we pray over meals. We pray when we travel. We pray when we at night for bed. And not only that, but I think reading books to them, good Christian books from Mexicano and stuff like that, is a really good way to just sprinkle it in their lives. Sprinkle a good Christian foundation that they can grow up trusting and knowing. And my in-laws pray at every meal, whether they're out in public or not. And that's taught me that, don't be shy. You don't have to be shy. People have thanked us for praying in public before. We were at a pizza place and we said a prayer. And people came up to us and said, that was really lovely to see, a family praying together over a meal.
Wow.
That was really nice. So, actually, I made my group in Punta Cana. The first night we were down there, we said a prayer over the meal. And one of the waiters was like, that was really nice. People are, a lot of times I think we're afraid of being made fun of, but instead people tend to, find it very refreshing and lovely instead of weird and creepy, And it keeps those people away.
You know what I find, and we find, people have, an anti-Christian, anti-God culture we're in. But when you get people one-on-one, or you get people like the waiters, like you said, that kind of observe how Christians live their life sometimes, even just doing normal, quote, Christian things, praying before meals, or, maybe reading the Bible, whatever. People are actually more open, in my experience, than what's kind of led on in our culture. It's a culture movement against Christianity.
We just ended the book of Matthew today, and the Great Commission at the end of it, and just being, you don't have to preach to people. You just have to be a representation of Christ's love and Christ-like teachings. Live a Christ-like life and be an example to people. I think it's hard to tell people you can't tell people what to do. But if they see that you're living a great life and they see that you're not afraid of it, then they're more likely to come to it as well.
Right. That's true. That's you living the Christian life just in front of other people. Sometimes that's a draw to other people to ask them questions and say, you know what, that's great, or tell me more about that.
Or just say, oh, they weren't afraid, so I'm not going to be afraid. A woman came up to me at the end of Bible study and said, just the fact that I was there, she said, just shows that there's a diversity amongst. It's not just housewives or old ladies that are Bible study. It's young moms and celebrities and
Awesome. Well, Melissa, thank you so very much for your time. We appreciate it today.